Amritam tapta jivanam kabibhiriritam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Janaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, your gospel is like nectar and bliss, showered upon the pain-stricken lives of suffering humanity. It dispels all the sins and misdeeds of life. It brings spiritual welfare in life. The spiritual beauty and prosperity and grace spreads through and through one who listens to your holy message. They are the greatest real givers who preach and pronounce the nectar of your holy message to the suffering humanity. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are reading Sri Ramakrishna's Gospel, page 851. That is the Ramakrishna staying at Shampukur, and his throat cancer has aggravated, and the doctor has come to see him, and we are reading that portion. So it says that Sri Ramakrishna was talking to his son of the doctor Sarkar. So Dr. Sarkar arrived with his son Amrit and him. Naren and other devotees were also present. So Ramakrishna was talking aside to Amrita, his son. He asked him, "Do you meditate?" He further said to him, "Do you know what one feels in meditation? The mind becomes like a continuous flow of oil. It thinks of one object only, and that is God. It does not think of anything else." Then Sri Ramakrishna was talking to the devotees, Master, talking to the doctor. "Your son does not believe in incarnation. That's all right. It does not matter if he does not believe in it. Your son is a nice boy. Man is a true man whose mind dwells in God. He alone is a man whose spiritual consciousness has been awakened and who is firmly convinced that God alone is real and all else is illusory. He does not believe in that God exists and that all this universe and its living beings are the manifestations of its power, like a rich man and his garden." So here Sri Ramakrishna is talking to Dr. Sarkar and his son. And he's asking Amrita, the son of Dr. Sarkar, that do you meditate and do you know what one feels in meditation? And then Sri Ramakrishna's simple response is, the mind becomes like a continuous flow of oil. It thinks of one object only, and that is God. It does not think of anything else. That is the definition of meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is avichinna tailadhara, but flow of oil. When it is empty, then you pour, then one drop comes and another drop. There is a gap. Long gap maybe when it is empty. But when it is full, it comes in stream, as if there is no gap from one drop to the other drop, one thought to the other thought. Our thing, meditation every day is like monkey mind jumping and then into one branch and then getting engaged there and jumping into another, like that, all the time. Swamiji gave the description of our mind is what? A monkey mind, not only monkey mind, monkey jumps. And monkey has been given to drink. And he got a scorpion biting. See the condition, how the mind runs in things one to the another. That's why you sit for 1 hour meditation. When you come out, you assess your meditation, then you will say, hey, what did I do? You see that you have gone to your office, you have finished your office work, or you have talked to a friend, some disputes, something which you forgot to talk when you are in conversation with someone. That time you remember, oh, I forgot this point to give him. All these thoughts are coming. Where is God? So it says that mind should be flowing like continuous flow of oil pouring from one to other. That means there is one thought and the other thought, there will be no gap. When it happens, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is the restraint of the vrittis, the ripples. It should be continuous flow. There will not be no gap in between. One thought is of God, the next thought is God. The next thought is God. That's why we try to meditate on the form of the divine. We try to think that he is here, and in between it runs in another object. No, don't go. Come back to the same object. That's why we do actually everyday pratyahara, the very first step of spiritual practice. And everyone say that I have meditated for 1 hour. We are misinterpreting meditation. Meditation will be such that it should be, you will change your character, change your whole perspective of life. Coming out of a good meditation, even for a split second, if you continuously, they say that 15 seconds, 12 seconds. So 12 seconds is going out here and there. You can hold it for 12 seconds, that is dharana. And 12 times of 12 seconds, 144 seconds if you can hold, that day you can say 1 unit of meditation you have done. One, not much. Considering our whole day, 24 hours, 365 days, and we are now so many years in our age. You multiply that, how many such minutes are gone? But to hold it on God is a rare thing. So they are fortunate who can do. So that here is this, that mind will be flowing like that. I think of one object only, and that is God, only God and God and God. That's why, that's the repetition of the mantra, and it's there to help. The mantra bringing the idea of the divine, and the feeling that divine, seeing that divine, as if you are visualizing that divine. So how to keep the mind entangled in that way, and not one thought is of any other thought but God. That's why Rupa Chinta, the meditation on the form, is normally our gurus prescribe. When we cannot do that, then we can think of Rupa Chinta, Lila Chinta, because mind wants to run. So give the mind food. That's why many people feel good when guided meditation comes. Because your mind has been guided to think of this one point and this thing, that expanded ocean, or this and that, whatever that guided meditation teaches us. That means your mind is guided by some noble thoughts. So if most of us miss meditating on God, particularly in a form, even though are artists, they can meditate much better probably, when artistic imagination is necessary there. But to exactly visualize what is there, as Ramakrishna is to look, no? To bring it into your consciousness and feel his presence, It needs long practice because mind always going. So sometimes we are a failure there. That's why I call Lila Chinta. You think of Ramakrishna. No, you cannot meditate. Okay, think that he is in Dakshineshwar. And or read like this. He is in Sampakur. Imagine the house where Ramakrishna is there. And imagine Dr. Sarkar has entered with his son. So it is like a mind cannot think of other thing that time because it is engaged, being engaged with such thought which is called divine play. That's why you call Lila divine play. So to keep the mind in this way, that sometimes cools down. And many great sadhus live in that state when in different conditions. Swami Premeshananda Maharaj, he is one of the great Brahmagyanis. He used to live in the old days. He has health problems. We have seen him. He's lying in the bed and totally energyless, as it happens in the old days, it happens. But he used to talk, he used to give instructions, so many instructions, but he's so calm and quiet. And then his attendant Swami, who is now our one of the vice president, Maharaj, he asked, Maharaj, what do you do? What are you thinking whole day? How do you spend your day? Then he said, I go to Dakshineshwar. I spend my time going in Dakshineshwar's room with Ramakrishna. See, any chapter you read and any one day's incident, here Narayan is sitting, Rakhal is sitting, or visualize the environment. And then bring Ramakrishna, and then Ramakrishna talking and dancing and just in ecstatic mood, going into samadhi, coming down from that, half conscious. So in this way, mind can be engrossed. This is called the Lila Dhyanam. And another Dhyanam is there, Tattva Dhyanam. They meditate on the principle. God is everywhere. Yatra yatra mano jati, tatra tatra samadhayo. Learn in this way that wherever your mind goes, try to see God there. There is nothing but God. So that is also, you can juxtapose. Anywhere your mind goes to any person, anything, just juxtapose Ramakrishna on it. Or you see that who is there behind, it is the Lord Himself. So, or you can expand yourself, Vedantic meditation. Let the mind go as mass. Mind wants to run. Let it run. Tadhavato anyanatte titishtan tasmin napo matarishwa dadati. Mind is running. Mind run here. Try to find. I am faster. I am the fastest. Mind is the fastest thing, isn't it, to move, no? Light moves 186,000 miles per sec. And mind moves. Mind can go from here to sun within a split second and come back. So there is the only one thing is the speediest thing in the world is the mind. But mind once thought that I'll catch Brahman, catch Atman, how far I can go. But it goes as far as it goes. You see that before going there, the Brahman is already there. That means you can think that everything is permeated with Brahman. A Vedantic meditation Ramakrishna gave in Gospel also, in different ideas have been given. Bird flying in the infinite space, no? Free soul, no? Infinite space. Like that. So that also too, but not to think of the space, material space. Not to think of the ocean, the material ocean, but to think that it is saturated with consciousness. It is saturated with joy and bliss. It is not made of water, but made of Satchidananda, made of consciousness, made of blissfulness, made of eternal reality. So that one can swim and expand in this direction. And Rupa Dhyana. So Rupa Lila Tattva. And you can take a verse of the Upanishads. Upanishads are called the life story of Ramakrishna. And Gita Murti. Some people say Gita. You take a verse of Gita and meditate on that, and then you are meditating on Ramakrishna. Whereas who is Ramakrishna? Gatir Bharta, Prabhu, Sakshi, is the master, is the supporter, Sakshi, witness of everything. Take that mantra and verse and think that this is the personal aspect and the aspect of something which is philosophical aspect. But anyhow, think of God. That is a great struggle. Think of God. That Swami came, he was talking about. Now you talk to God. You cannot meditate, just keep your eyes open. Feel that Ramakrishna is sitting here, or Krishna, whoever is your ideal, is here, and I'm talking to him, interacting. It may be imaginary towards the beginning, totally imaginary. You are talking to a picture. But no, you are bringing in your mind, it is Ramakrishna is sitting there. He's listening to my talk. I'm telling him, whatever comes in your mind, just that means a sense of reality develops in the mind. And then that can, the beginning maybe, that may be the beginning, but that will help to intensify our thinking process. So these are different methodologies. But what Ramakrishna says, it is to be continuous thought. One thought, and the other thought, and the other thought, and the other thought. No? So how to do that continually? That's why ajapa. Ajapa means you do japa continuously. It turns into japa or repetition of the name without much effort. You don't do, as we don't do, think that I'm breathing. Do anyone remember that I'm breathing? But I'm breathing all the time. Because I am breathing, I have not to stop my eating, not stop my talking, not stop seeing. Whatever we do, it is going on spontaneously. Japa will be such practice that it will go on continuously. And what it makes, it creates an impact in our mind. You think if I say a word, every word has a object to represent. Sun. If I say sun, see, your mind is holding up a luminous ball of fire, no? If you say ocean, see, immediately your mind is thinking vast expanse of water, no? If I say it's a dog, you see, immediately your mind is catching four-legged some. So whenever we say a word, our mind goes back to its corresponding form. If that is the principle, then when I think of my chosen ideal, Guru has given the mantra and told me what to meditate, I may not be aware because this is a Suddha Murti. We are familiar with mundane worldly thing. That's why I can close an eye and my eyes and think that is dog. Yes, I can have some picture of it. Cat, I know that. Horse, I know that. Tiger, I know that, no? But when you say Ramakrishna, nothing comes. Because it is super sattvic. These are ordinary mundane, where tamas and rajas are more. And Ramakrishna is 99.9 is sattika. And 0.001 within that little rajas, sleeping and eating and all these material things. Huh?
Maybe because more cats and tigers, we have seen it directly. But Ramakrishna...
Now we see in the photograph. Suppose we do that. Suppose our father. If my father is not here, I keep a photograph of my father. So when it is a paper and ink. But when I take that, it immediately resembles me, of my mom, or my dad, or my brother, or my sister. Because those we are familiar. Our mind is in that level. It resonates in that level. Ramakrishna's frequency is very high. Our frequency is here. So we can, like that owl. Owl can see in the night with the low light, no? But we cannot see, it is too low for us. And when daytime comes, they cannot see, because it is high frequency. So similarly, our frequency is to be increased by purity, by prayer, by meditation, by crying and weeping, or thinking real nature of us, what is the real nature. So by any means, we'll have to change that. And then only Sri Ramakrishna, Krishna, or all the divine entities, even other divine entities are easy, but Ramakrishna is very difficult. Because he is fully sattvic, super sattvic. Where will you find one such person who is going every day 20, 30 times in samadhi? Anything seeing, anything inspiring him to boom. It's just coming down is difficult for him. That's why he used to say, I will drink water. That's a desire. To holding on that desire, his mind is pulling down. So that's why we cannot meditate on, mostly we fail to meditate on the form of Sri Ramakrishna. But Ramakrishna is formless. He is in the limited appearance, what we see in the photograph, but he pervades everywhere. Like the Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says, Abhijananti mang mudha. The fools don't know me and they ignore me because manushing tanumastritam. Because I have taken a human body, like a simple body like us. Parang bhavam ajanantu. They do not know my supreme nature, supreme state. Mama mo. What is that? Mama, of me. Bhuta Maheshwara. I am the Mahaishwara, the great Lord of the whole created universe. They do not know that I am that, only in a human body. So that's why it is difficult, but we can, Sri Ramakrishna says, that is called dhyana, and that is to be practiced. And then he is praising that he does not believe in incarnation. How ordinary people will believe in incarnation? It is very difficult. We also say, I believe in incarnation. We don't understand. Incarnation is God himself. Yesterday we were talking about the Brahman added with Maya is the Ishvara, no? And Ishvara's power in the three gunas step down, it becomes Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, and from that came entire universe in individual level and in cosmic level. No? So this entire cosmos, the power of creation, maintenance, destruction is inherent in that person. Though he looks like a human. That's why Vishwarup Darshan. See, when he wanted to show, because he was very pleased to Arjuna, he showed in the body. But other time he is Krishna, his friend. Sakheti vatva prasavam jaduktam. Oh, my friend, I used to talk to you like a friend. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you sitting? Come, let us go, chit-chat. Like a friend, he behaves to a friend, no? But my God, oh my God, Rishi Goswami destroy. I seeing your divine form. In you is the sun and moon and stars and galaxies and Bhishma and Duryodhana, everything is in you. So what you are? I never think. And I am shivering. I am terribly frightened. Parang bhavam. That's also is an expression. And when it penetrates that form, Rajasa form, Sattika form, and there is an infinite ocean of joy, ocean of peace. So, how to understand that? Mind needs to be very pure to understand Sri Ramakrishna. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, when he was asked to write a book on Sri Ramakrishna's life, he said, I am not fit. Vivekananda is not fit. We are talking about Ramakrishna. Fool's rush, where the angels fear to tread, no? So, that is the point. Because of ignorance, we talk too much. And those who understand, they are short. They cannot say, I cannot say anything. So, now Sri Ramakrishna says he does not believe in incarnation. But what is matters little? So liberal, no? Some people will say, you don't believe in Christ? Get out. You have to go to hell. You don't believe in Krishna? Gone. But he says, Ramakrishna himself being Ramakrishna, it matters little. See, how liberal and what is the spiritual attitude? Very difficult. Ramakrishna is a unique contribution to the human society for the modern age and ages to come. Does a mango tree of the fine Bombay people are gone now, variety ever bears sour mangoes? That means he is praising Dr. Sarkar. And Dr. Sarkar was a very great scientist. At the same time, he has deep spiritual inclination. He does not believe anything just because you say something. He should be rational, and like the Swamiji's mind, no? Western mind, with the scientific approach to understand and analyze the thing and then accept it. As quickly we accept without analyzing, so quickly we give up. In this country at least it happens. They take mantra today here and tomorrow they think that, oh, it is not working. Either they come back. Many people used to come back to Swami Shahananda. Maharaj, this mantra is not working. Shall you give another mantra? And he was very kind. Sometimes he will give another mantra also. But people are forgetting, mantra is not in the fault. Fault is the mind. Mind cannot grab it, mind cannot absorb it. No? So the practice is important. That's why he says that doubt, better to question. As Ramakrishna was questioned by Vivekananda day and night. And that's why as a money changer checks the coin, no? Money changers. So similarly, you go and check and understand rightly so that understanding becomes deep. If our understanding is not deep, suppose you are driving, you have no understanding that where you are going. You thought I'll go to what? Say I'll go to San Diego. Next moment you think, no. I'll go to Pinion Hill. Then next moment you think, no, I'll go to New York. Decide one thing. So the first decision should be made. What is the ultimate goal? Where I am heading on? And this genuine is genuine. I'll follow him. If it is genuine. So those are very good. That's why Vedanta gives us this wonderful freedom to judge, understand. And once you understand, then you can really dive deep into the practice. So, Sri Ramakrishna says, how firm his faith in God is. That is Dr. Sarkar's. The man is a true man whose mind dwells on God. That means Sri Ramakrishna is saying that we are man in the name, no? But no real faith or trust in God. So, whose mind dwells in God, he is really man. That's why Ramakrishna says, man hush. Hush means awareness. Man means two. Man means weight. Man means samman, the glory. One who is aware of the glory of the Lord, who can weigh what is God like. It's heavy. There is nothing further, more achievable object in the world other than this God. God is the highest. Manushyatam, mumukshatam, mahapurusha sangasraya. So three things leading to God realization. So that is the point, that is the ultimate goal. So, man, we are not man. We look like human, but real man is who is conscious or aware of his spiritual dignity. That's in Vedanta you say, I am that, no? And Bhakta will say, I belong to Lord, oh Lord, I belong to you. That belongingness and thinking that I exhaust myself in you. Bhakta wants always to give everything to God, so nothing remains for him. So that man is a true man whose mind dwells in God. He alone is a man whose spiritual consciousness has been awakened. So unless it is awakened, we are not man. We look like man, according to Sri Ramakrishna, because we are not aware of the divinity, what is within. We think of our only body-mind identity, no? And we think about how weak we are, how poor we are, how rich we are, how less educated we are, how more educated I am. So all these things always go into the relative plane, but we do not know who I am. So that is the spiritual consciousness. And who firmly convinced that God alone is real, everything is illusory. That is the real man, no? Sri Ramakrishna's definition of a man is that who is aware of this and whose consciousness is awakened. That means he lives in that consciousness, moving in the world, doing everything. But what is the ultimate reality? Everything in the world is unreal. Unreal in the sense it is changing. Unreal means it is not permanent. Nothing in the world can be found to be permanent, unchanging. Everything is changing. Everything is moving. Only God is real. He does not believe in divine incarnation. But what does that matter? He is talking of the Son. He does not believe. But it is enough if he believes that God exists. If we can believe that, yes, I don't see him, but there is some conscious entity behind the play of this phenomenal universe, no? If this house is here, he can say, oh, wonderful. But don't you think some designer, some engineer was at the back of this creation? Architect? There is an architect behind it. The whole universe we look at, even if you say it is real or unreal, there should be one designer, cosmic designer. Can we ignore any material object without his designing or architect behind him or her? This creation cannot be happen. This table came because of engineers, or a planning came which need a table like this. It's in the brain. Before building construction, what happens? The person who wants to have a house, he says, I want this type of house, there should be 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, this room, that room, this hall should be this, that. Then engineer says, how much is the square feet? Then they put a line diagram. First is here. It is first in the mind. No one knows. The owner of the entire building planned it, thought it, I want to have a house. It's not in the reality, just in the imagination. And then it comes to grosser level. He calls an engineer or an architect and gives the dimension, the spot. Then the line diagram, it is always changing. We call the plan. First plan, second plan, third plan. That is the final plan. That is the final plan in ink and pen. And then comes approval, this, that everything is done. Then comes your physical people to work, digging the ground, bringing the materials, bringing the crane, all these things come. And then gradually you see that construction has been done. So the universe has been here in the mind of the God. That's why you call cosmic mind. In the cosmic mind, Ishvara's mind, he thought, Eko aham bahushyam. I am alone, I will be many. So it is something, nothing to see around. And that power is so strong, then that power upsurges into the manifested universe. So, but here, anything you create, there are two causes. One is nimitta karana, another is called the upadana karana. Upadana means efficient cause and material cause. Matter. Matter is necessary, the table wood is necessary, nail necessary, glue necessary. So, these are called the matter, material cause. And the skill of the carpenter, that is called the efficient cause. And that two mixed together, this is created. But now question comes, God created, how did He create? Where is the material cause and who is the efficient cause? Two people are necessary to create. Well, no, it is His power. He is the material cause. He has become everything. It is God. I am seeing foolishly table. Swami Vivekananda said, no? You are seeing, before seeing the table, you are seeing God first. Because it is the conscious entity, substratum of all. So it is, and then efficient cause. And then he said, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, all these are created, and someone takes charge of this department, that department, that department. He's a big guy. By one order, and everyone starts working on behalf of him. As much powerful is the person, his one word works much more than 10 people working hard, no? So God is so powerful, only He thought, I am in my own, I will be many. Bas. Prajayeti. Then Praja, a creation started there. So it is nothing but that same consciousness. To keep this in the mind, I am seeing table, but consciousness is in this form. So this way, if one Ramakrishna is appreciating, that is called the man who can keep this type of attitude. Yes?
Ramakrishna said that it's enough if you believe that God exists. But is that enough, or should we want to see God?
How shall I, how to seek, know God? That is our first attempt. When that urge comes, unless we are finished with our worldly things, that urge will not come. As you said, asking for God or realizing God, that question will not come. Millions of people you talk about God, they will run away. Even in Ramakrishna. When in Ramakrishna is talking all this nice thing, Calcutta Babus come and they sat and he's pushing his friend, hey, how long? Let us go. As if he's in a very bad place. He cannot tolerate that. Fish, if you take the fish, Ramakrishna said, fish basket. Those who sell fish, not in sophisticated shops like in America, but in poor countries, you feel that they bring in a basket. And every day they bring the fish in that. And they clean, of course, but the smell goes and goes and goes and goes. And they sleep, they are habituated in sleeping in that smell, fish smell, and then sleep very well. That story of Ramakrishna, that one lady, the fisherman woman, and she came and sold her materials in the market. And while going back, it became late. So she wanted to take a shelter. So she found one of her friends and requested, and they have a beautiful garden with roses and fragrant flowers. And so then that lady garden who was possessing that garden, she said that, okay, you can spend one night with me. So they ate and all these things, and then asked the fishermen women to sleep there. And she's tossing this way, that way, that way, that way. Then the host said, what happened? Well, I'm not getting sleep. Well, what's the reason? The smell of your flowers is my botheration. Then, where is my fish basket? So bring that fish basket and then sprinkle some water so that it makes more smell. Ramakrishna said, with that smell, she slept like snoring like that. Enjoyed the sleep. So we are like that, no? That's why in our life, look at that. Why we fail in spiritual life. We get chutney. You know chutney? Chutney? You all know. You know chutney? Okay. Huh? Pickle? It makes the food easily swallow. Huh? Food is so bad, but you put some chutney. Similarly, people always will be happy if he says, oh, do you know what that man or that girl does? Huh? You will be panting for knowing that, because it is something talking about somebody. And all talk going on about, he is like that, she is like that. And if you talk about God, oh, we know. This is in the book. I listen to talks. That taste will change. You will not be enjoying the fish basket. That means the mundane things of the world. How many times we have heard all those things. How many lives we have lived with jealousy and all this meanness and unkindness. What we gain and what we lost. So therefore, spiritual life is to have that change, but very few are there. Manushyanang sahasreshu. Among thousands and thousands of people, kaschit yatati siddhai. Some rare few person only makes an attempt to realize God, no? And among those who are trying to do, they have so much, it takes only one or two exceptional people. Others, so much ego is there in meditation also. I meditate more than you. They don't do anything. I sit there every day and doze off, but still I meditate. They do not do. If pride comes, I do more than you. I do japa more. I put beads in my chair and make mark, and I am greater devotee than others. So pride comes, jealousy, even jealousy comes. But this is not that. Transformation of the character will happen. So this serious path, and unless the experience of life is there, one cannot move on, because it will pull the mind again and again and again. That's why viveka, vairagya. We have to analyze what is right, what is wrong, and then have the courage to say, it is bad, I don't want. And give up. McDonald's food. Everyone likes, because it's so tasteful. And spice and everything is given. But it is damaging the system. It is having our, what you call, cholesterol, and all these things are added. Sweets, ice cream, this, that. We know, but no good food habit. Doctors are saying, change your habit, do this, do this. But when actually there is no means, then you say, oh, I have given up. That's also good. But viveka is the discrimination, analyze what is good and spiritually beneficial, not beneficial, and not knowing that we will not do. Second point is to give up. Have the courage to give up, because that is bad for my spiritual growth. I cannot eat that food. Eating only tongue. Hinduism paid much attention, only eating. This onion, oh, it's bad. Oh, it is fish, no. It is, no. But this is eating to the tongue only. But you are eating to the eyes, is it not? You see ugly things. It is not to be taken. It is not spiritually benefiting. It is not uplifting your mind. Ugly words to hear. It is not beneficial. It is degrading. So we should pay attention to our food, means all the food which we take through 5 sense organs. Eyes, ear, nose, tongue, skin. So they should be perfected. So attention should be so strong. How many people can be, people go to temple, do puja, and what we do? Going to the temple with a flower and incense in the hand and chatter. What do we chatter about? About mundane things, not of God. So that's why this path is so difficult. But we should be aware of that. This main thing is not to say negatively, but to understand that we should be aware. Spiritual life is to live in the consciousness of God. How that consciousness of God will come? Unless we analyze that it is detrimental for my spiritual growth. As we are talking about today, some drugs. And drug good, it gives sometimes best good feeling. But how many times you will take the drug? And you are depending on the drug and it is increasing in its quantity. You will not get the same type of joy. You took that unit, you have to increase the unit to little more after some days. And then more stronger and stronger. And what are you doing? What spiritual benefit you are bringing in your life? I understand, but I cannot give up. So that's why this path is very, very, it is called the razor's edge, walking on the razor's edge. Because always should be attentive. Is it bringing me into my spiritual awareness or divine awareness, or it is making me forget this? So this analysis should be done. And what is beneficial? Who does not want a good job, good salary? Who wants a job, a McDonald's job, giving some minimum money and also good food? That food you eat, after some days then you also fall sick. So, but we like it because it is immediate test is there. So the sensitive universe is like that, but spiritual life should be living in the consciousness of God. That is Ramakrishna's emphasis. So he does not believe in divine incarnation, but what does it matter? It is enough if he believes that God exists. There is somebody behind my mind, behind my eyes. Kene shitang preshitang patati manaha. Who is behind my eyes? Ishitang preshitang. Who desires and who forces my eyes to fall on the sense objects. Kene shitang preshitang patati manaha. Kene imam bacham imam badanti. Who is there? Because I am speaking like a parrot. It is a machine. But who is there behind the brain? Science has gone up to the brain. Neuron. They said language. But what is behind, what is the neuron's action? Who is prompting that? Why it stops when the man is declared as dead? Where does it go? The bulb is fused. Bulb fused does not mean electricity is gone. Electricity is up to that point. Only it is fused, disconnected from here. And it becomes an object of cremation ground. And before that, it's so valuable. And we are proud. I am such and such. And in one split second, boom, fused. So, he does not believe in that God exists and that all this universe and its living beings are the manifestation of his power, God's power. Like a rich man and his garden. So that is enough. You need not have to believe in God, in Goddess, In incarnation. Even Ramakrishna is so liberal that you need not to believe Ramakrishna as avatar. No, not necessary. Believe in some conscious entity behind. That's why when Sarvadevananda speaks on these things, people laugh, and jump into joy. That unchanging reality, name and form and this, I, that consciousness is all the time. What Vedanta has to say more than that? There is only one consciousness, no? And eternal consciousness, no? So be aware, to be aware of that. That is spiritual. And how much conscious we will be, that much will be our spiritual growth. And we will be working in the world more efficiently, only if we can understand. And a belief system, that's why when we go to interfaith meeting, they say, what is your belief? What is your faith? We say, it is no faith. It is no belief. Does it depend on my belief that the stars are little dots of light? I believe, I see. It does not matter. In a subatomic particle, there's tremendous energy. I don't believe, or I believe. What does it matter? Truth does not change for believing or non-believing. To explore the truth. And we believe them, these people whose photos we are worshipping, they have experimented it. That's why Swami Premishananda Maharaj used to say, our Ramakrishna order is a Brahma Vidya Research Institute. We are all students of Brahma Vidya research. You experiment yourself, not believe. Throw away your belief system. Rational, put in a rational understanding and put everything on the dissection table and find out what is the truth in it. And then you come back to that conclusion. So this is called our spiritual growth, is that where we think of this unchanging reality or God consciousness day and night. So I have not made any progress. Only one paragraph I have read. Okay, that's enough. So we got sum and substance is this. Ramakrishna says, you may not believe in incarnation. You may not believe in Ramakrishna. You need not have to believe anyone. But do you believe that there is some conscious entity behind you and the whole world? Do you believe that it is made of the same conscious element? One conscious element has become the material cause and the efficient cause. He has become everything. When you see creation, it is nothing but He Himself. Because you are seeing through the lens of the mind, it is appearing. But when mind becomes purified, they see only one. Ramakrishna's greatest example. What is that? It is called the made of wax. Go to the wax museum to verify this proof, what Ramakrishna said. The tree, the man sitting under the tree, the grass, the duck, whatever you see, all made of wax. There is in the wax museum, there is a Last Supper table. And that is, you see, you can see how every feature is different, every person is different. Mark, Matthew, and all these are there, Christ is there, the bowl is there is wine is there, the bread is there. And then, but it is all wax. You can see, focus your mind on the form and name only, but you can penetrate into it and see it is wax, it is wax. Our Upanishads give the idea that it is the ornaments, golden ornaments, all different designs only. You give name and form in design and its shape and size. But it is made of the one fundamental element as called the gold. No? So, we end here, another 5 minutes are there. So, Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Panamastu. So here is a question has come, can expired father and mother see me if they have not taken another body or not entered into different dimension? Is there any meaning in the rituals for the dead ones? Oh, it is a different question altogether. Yes, as per Hindu ideas, when one dies, he immediately does not get another body. He says that the body leaves, and according to the purity of that person or practice, the prana vayu, the life force, comes out to different plexus. No? Some goes to the nose, some to the eyes. Yogis can go to this, breaking this skull. No? Swami Vivekananda, it happened. The blood came out here. So, but when he comes and takes a subtle body, comes out. And that subtle body moves according to our Hindu idea. You can believe, again, the system of belief system now we are talking about. And you believe that's okay, whatever the scriptures say, because as I said, these people have realized the truth, and what they say, they don't come to cheat us. Rather, they want to help us from the turmoils of life. So they say it goes to the Chandra Loka, to the Megha, and going up. And which time goes to the tunnel of what time the body goes. Daytime, light, night time, full moon. That means it moves to the path of light. Light and light and light and light. And goes to Chandra Loka. Chandra Loka means this moon, sphere of moon. Not this moon, but sphere, in a higher level of journey. And there he stays for some time. You go to the international airport, Los Angeles, and wait there for some time. And you are booked to go somewhere, already. You are going to, say, anywhere, India or in London or wherever. So your decision is made here because you did some good karma, and to experience the good, you didn't offer it to God, so you kept in your pocket. So your pocket money has become little more. So you go from there, and then you get a 5-star hotel arrangement to some heaven. After enjoying there, when the money will be exhausted, all these people who greeted you in the 5-star hotel, they say, get out. Then you get out of that hall. And then after that, you come back again to the path, to the Chandraloka, again international airport. From there you enter into the Meghaloka, a cloud, and cloud to the water drop drizzles into the ground, then it enters into the what you call seeds, and then that seed will generate plants or whatever, and it goes to the desired parents. Parents also desire such a soul. Soul also desires such an environment where his next desire will be fulfilled. So it is said that they born again. Yes, therefore, in sum and substance, yes, the expired father and mother see me. Yes, if you think of them, they can see you, but better not to pull them down. Let them go in their journey. But you can pray to them, pray to God for their welfare. And in different dimension, yes, they remain for some time in the, as I said, 5-star hotel or wherever, or 3-star, or maybe roadside inn, according to good karma, according to bad karma. Or even it is said that you did something, you can go to jail. Tala, sotala, batala, rasatala, tala, patalo. Bad karma, you go have some imprisonment. And then now you will be released. After 12 years imprisonment, you are free. Someone is 5 years, someone is maybe 10 years, someone is 1 year. And when you are really, so what happens? It is subtle body, not the physical, like your dream body. And then what happens? When after 1 year you remember them, suppose we are remembering our forefathers, they come and take whatever you offer with love and respect. But the question is that you are giving after 1 year. Yes, the time is relative. 1 year, human year, is 1 day for the forefathers, those who live in that realm. Relative, like that. You how long you see the dream? Split seconds. But you see whole night you are in the dream, no? So time is relative. So relatively, that's why we offer every year something to our forefathers on the day of Tarpan, we call. So what you offer with love and respect, and the forefathers come and take. Proof, Ramakrishna's father, he went to Gayadham to offer this oblation to the forefathers, and he saw when he's with full love and adoration is offering something, and the forefathers came and accepted, and they blessed him. So these are the things, if you believe, these are that. Therefore, the rituals have some meaning if you believe this way. But they are not necessarily that Hindu belief is the only belief for everyone. In the world religion, so many religions, they have their different belief system, no? Acha, another question. Can you please share 1 or 2 meditation practices that Ramakrishna Mission monks practice? We are talking what we talked, those are the things. Ramakrishna Mission practices all. We are not restricted. This is Vedanta. You can think of the absolute, infinite. You can think of the rupa, the form. You can think of the lila. But we don't deviate from what gurus give us the instruction. That is fundamentally you do, primarily, as Guru has told. And beyond that time, you can think of God as infinite, because they are not different in the eyes of the real, genuine devotees. We don't think that impersonal is something different than the personal, or Durga is something different from Kali. No, for us, these are all different manifestations of the same spiritual energy. So, there is practice, all types of practice. Guru instruction, follow that very rigidly. And in addition, substitute 24 hours to remain in consciousness. You think of other thoughts. God in the form of divine sport, God in the form of infinite. Think of one Upanishad mantra, think of one Gita mantra. Keep the mind uplifted that way. So this will help us to meditate. Second question, are consciousness and the self one and the same? Consciousness and the self, yes. Self means what? Atman. That Atman is the one word, and such consciousness is Chit, is the same thing. Or it is the foundation of our very being. It is the same. Suppose, example, below one ripple is the same ocean. Below one wave, it is the same ocean. So ocean is the ground, no? So that's why consciousness is the ground of all. When individual, we call self. When it's cosmic, we call Brahman. Suppose 1 trillion, zillion waves on the surface of the ocean. That is the world, no? Its foundation is God, consciousness. And look at me, I am only one drop, little bubble. Behind me is the same ocean. So they are the same foundation. That's why it's called Aham Brahmasmi, or the great dictum. Now another question. We are not this temporary physical body suit, or egoic mind identity. We are the eternal awareness. If we get attached to things that change, we invite suffering unto ourselves, our self-detachment. That's true. You are correct. We are not this temporary physical body which we are carrying. Or I am not the mind, egotic, he says that egoic mind identity, I am my mind, that sense of identity. We are not that. A simple formula, I am not devotee, not the mind. We are the eternal awareness. Yes, we are in basic nature, we are the absolute infinite consciousness. Only we are that reality. Then if we get attached to things, what happens? Minus God. You get attached to anything with God, then you are free. But if you attach to anything minus God, then that will bring suffering and pain. That's why Ramakrishna said, you love your nephew, okay, but think that he is Gopala. Huh? As a Gopala, you feed him, do him whatever, then it will be spiritual. Minus Gopala, minus God idea, whatever you do is all bondage. That's why people fight. Why they fight? Husband, wife fight. I so much did for you, so many years, and you are telling like that? Huh? Why? And it is question that it is whom you served. You didn't serve Gopala. If husband serves Gopala in the wife, and wife serves Gopala in the husband, then what will happen? What a divine relationship it will happen. There will be no fight, because you serve Gopala, you serve Ramakrishna. You don't care about what others thought or think. And both should have this idea, then it's a spiritual world. So, minus God is all wrong. With God is all gold. All beautiful, all joyful, all blissful. So whether you are a monk, or you are a householder, you are a student, or you are a whatever professor, matters little in any field. Plus God is all joy, all bliss. Minus God, all suffering, all pain. And all our agonies and suffering comes because of we reject God. Our consciousness. Forget God. God word can be replaced now in modern age with consciousness. You cannot expect anything but consciousness. You see, this variant is coming. What are they? There is no consciousness behind them. Otherwise, how they become so powerful? COVID. How the COVID is becoming so powerful and the human beings are crying out and dying out of that. Is not there consciousness? And there is. How can you deny that? In the material world also you go to the Higgs boson particle. But it's energy. Okay, what is behind that energy? You don't go beyond that energy. You have to go back. That is the inexpressible reality which permeates everywhere. So scientific mind, Nastika mind can accept this Vedanta. And that is the boon of Vedanta, or the grace of kindness of Vedanta, that it illumines our heart. It is rational, it makes sense to the most intelligent people. Okay? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Tomorrow is Thursday. So 7:30 will be the class again, and the class is on Karma Yoga by the Mahayogananda Swami. Okay?